There's something about the recess theme that just sends chills up my spine in the most delightful way possible. It brings back so many happy memories. I, like many people of my generation, was obsessed with watching Recess, and I'm kind of on a bit of a nostalgia trip just now, so I thought I'd give it another watch, and I decided to start at the beginning with The Break In, which is the first segment of the first episode, and this aired originally in 1997. Directed by Chuck Sheetz and Alan Smart, written by Paul Germain and Joe Ansolabehere. And I apologise if I've mispronounced that surname. And in this one, TJ Detweiler is fed up of the cafeteria serving food that is inedible, so he decides to try and steal the good food, gets caught by Finster, and has to spend recess indoors. So the rest of the gang try and enlist the help of all of the other children in the playground to help break TJ out. There are two things I love about this. The first thing is that it's great to see people working together, children who are into different things, who have different interests, who are even in different grades in school, all working together to help their fellow friend and their fellow pupil. And Spinelli gives a speech at one point to King Bob about how they're all just considered some dumb kid by somebody, and that kids have to stick together against the grown-ups. As an adult watching this, I kind of think like children should not be so antagonistic against grown-ups, but obviously when I was younger, totally would have got that message. The other thing I love about this as an introduction is that it's a really great way to very quickly get to know the different kinds of characters that are on the playground at recess. There's Digger Sam and Digger Dave. There's King Bob, the kindergartners, and the threat that they pose. There's Swing Girl, Randall, of course. I think we see the Ashleys, but very briefly. And it's a really fun way to get to know the different facets of the playground, as well as getting to know the characteristics of the main individuals. We learn that Vince thinks he's suave. We find out that Gretchen is the intelligent one. We realise quite quickly that Spinelli is more likely to use her fists than her brains. With regards to Mikey and Gus, we haven't quite grasped, or rather Mikey, just Mikey, we haven't quite grasped who he is as an individual. Gus, of course, comes later on. Mikey, we still don't quite know exactly who he is, but you kind of get the impression that he's an all-round nice character. I feel like of all the characters, Mikey's a little underdeveloped, but there are certain episodes that I obviously won't discuss just now, but that are dedicated to Mikey, and they really dig into his character, so it balances things out. I really enjoyed it as an opener. I think it's got a lot of positive things to it, and of course it brings back happy memories from my childhood. The Break-In, I don't remember having seen it before, but I definitely would have done, because I used to watch these all the time. They were always on repeat. I would have seen it. But watching it now, I can see that it's a really strong opener, a really great episode. I don't know if this was ever shown as a pilot. I'm not sure how the show was commissioned. If you do know, please feel free to let me know. But hypothetically, if this had been shown as a pilot, totally get why it was commissioned for a full season. The Break-In is the first segment of the first episode, is a really strong opener and a really enjoyable episode.